unknown. Mysteries and mayhem.
Welcome back, everybody, for some more mysteries and mayhem. On this edition, we're going to focus on the most confounding missing children's cases in Canadian history, the mystery of the missing. Number 1. Michael DUNAHEE was snatched from a crowded field in broad daylight with no witnesses. 30 years later, that's about all the police know. Michael was a 4-year-old boy who vanished from a playground in BC in March of 1991. The case was difficult to say the least. There was no crime scene, no body, and no witnesses. There were many kids around as well as adults because there was a flag football game not too far away. From 1983 to 1992, Canadian abduction rates increased by 65%. BC at the time was cursed by the occasional serial killer who targeted children. None were known to be active at the time of Mike's disappearance. Mass efforts were made to locate Michael, but it was if he was a ghost. In 2021, it marked 30 years since Michael DUNAHEE disappeared. He would have been 34 years old. To this day, nothing is known of his fate. His bones could be resting in a shallow grave, untouched since the 90s. His mother and father feel remorse for that one decision that they had made on that day to allow him to play at the playground while they watched his siblings at the football game. Number 2, Nancy Liu, 1999. January 27, 1999, in Toronto, Canada, Nancy Liu was a 15-year-old girl who was supposed to be writing her grade 10 exam. She never went to school that day. At 3 p.m., while her dad napped, Nancy stood at the door, waiting for someone. She smiled and ran from the apartment with excitement, but she was never to be seen again. A small security camera captured the last known images of Nancy, but did not capture the person she was with. No one seemed to know who she was meeting, and no one seemed to know where she was going. It is not known what happened to her from that point on. It's been over 21 years since she vanished. It's been a case that has plagued Toronto and still to this day remains unsolved. Number 3 is Richard David Marlow. On July 18, 1944, someone abducted 9-year-old Richard David Marlow from outside of his home in Etobicoke, Canada. His heartbroken family never stopped looking for him. It's been 77 years since he was last seen. He was said to be a shy kid, very kind. His brother was watching him the day he went missing. Richard was supposed to be riding his bike outside. When his brother went to check on him, all that remained was his bike in the front lawn. It is said every year the family would leave a gift for him at Christmas and light a candle in case he came back. Richard is the oldest missing person case in Ontario. Number 4, Nicole Morin. Nicole Morin was an 8-year-old girl. She disappeared July 30th, 1985. She left her penthouse apartment on the 20th floor in Toronto, Canada to meet a friend in the lobby for a swim date. She never arrived and has never been seen since. The biggest missing person case in Toronto's history was then launched. A 20-member task force put in over 25,000 man-hours, but Nicole was never found. Nicole was missing in an apartment building where a lot of people were, but nobody heard or saw anything. She just vanished into the building. The police searched all 429 units of the building with no luck. To this day, it is the biggest missing persons investigation in Toronto's history. In 2004, though, a research organization from Belgium did contact the police to let them know during their investigation into sexually abused children on the internet, they claimed to have seen a child that has a strong resemblance to Morin. Unfortunately, the police were unable to verify these claims, and to this day, she has not been seen or heard from. Number 5, Sherry Hansen. Sherry Hansen was a 7-year-old girl. She was living in Aurora, Canada. On May 31st, 1974, Sherry asked her mother if she could go visit her cousins for a sleepover. Her cousins were 10 minutes away, not far from her house. At 4 o'clock, she began to ask her mother consistently if she could go. By 5:30 p.m., her mother gave in and said yes. Her mother said, "Make sure you call me as soon as you get there." After a while, she called her sister to see if Sherry was there, and they said no. Her mother searched everywhere frantically, but she was never seen again. The police believe she was abducted on her way to her cousin's house and met with foul play. Months after she went missing, Donald Harry was convicted for the sexual assault and attempted murder of a 9-year-old girl. He confessed to the murder of Sherry Hansen as well. When they took him to find the body, he recanted his statement. They never could pin it to him with no evidence and no body, so to this day, it remains an open case. Well, there you have it, folks. The most confounding missing children's cases in Canadian history. The one thing that's truly terrifying about a child missing is knowing that there is a parent waiting for them at home. May all these children one day be found. Be sure to like and subscribe for some more mysteries and mayhem, and be sure to tune in for our next video. See you next time.